Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. We're going to be doing the weekly guidance reading. I do hope I can get some specific messages. It is going to be a powerful week, a lot of important events energetically happening this week. I'll probably do another pick a card on that, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so here's the weekly guidance reading, what you need to know, just predictions and guidance. And we have our 4 options here. These are the little affirmation stickers. I got these off of Amazon. So I will show you each one, but if this reading is not calling to you today, just only watch this if it does call to you. And if you'd like a personal reading, the information is below. So group number 1 is the narwhal. Group number 2 is the avocado. Group number 3 is the rainbow that I just kicked off, okay? And group number 4 is the egg. Okay, so all of the timestamps are in the description and in the pinned comment, but just take as much time as you need. You can pause if you have to, and whenever you guys are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 1, which is the narwhal, and it says, narwhal, you nailed it? Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, you nailed it. Spirit, this reading is for group number 1, please and thank you. First, we'll take a look at how you'll be doing this week, and then the outer energies after that. Spirit, moving forward into just this week, please, what energies are coming towards our group number 1? Our narwhal group in the area of self. How will they be doing generally? Okay, looks like you'll be doing very well. There's a lot of independence here. There's confidence, and there's also success. So this is already running into your other area, the other category of your outer world. So lots of success for you in terms of what you're focusing on this week. So whatever it is that you kind of have in mind, if you're feeling already good about it, then that energy will keep going. If some of you feel just a little bit shaky about it though, this is where I think you'll just have to have a little bit more confidence. Go for it, try it maybe even in small steps, and you will still see that success. I think that basically this card is telling you that the odds are in your favor this week, especially in terms of self and focus, intentions, and manifestations. So I feel like it's going to be a good week for whatever it is that you're doing for just you. Is there anything else specifically that they need to know for self this week? Okay, so here we have this 9, and then we have this totally opposite looking 9. So with the 9 of Swords, this is interesting to me. The 9 of Pentacles is representing, I feel, in this case, your outer world goals. But the 9 of Swords is really representing an internal world kind of issue. So I think that for most of you, this is something you've already been dealing with. This is something that has caused you some distress in some way, some either fear or distress or upset in some kind of way. And it is showing that despite the stuff that you're doing in the outer world that you're being successful in, the internal world is still struggling a bit here. So it could be a lack of resolve in some way, just something that you haven't had answers on, or just something that hasn't fully come to a resolution, and it's just leaving you with this type of worry or leftover energy, let's say, and it still tends to bother some of you. There even could literally be some issues with sleep or dreams, or I don't really want to say fully nightmares, but some of you that could be possible for this week where you're still struggling with this thing. So what do they need to know about this specific energy? Well, the good news is by Wednesday, you'll feel better. That was fast. They are saying by Wednesday. You can see here clearly a walking away from this energy. So please do not be discouraged too much when if you were already discouraged with the 9 of Swords, it's gonna pass, okay? And that's kind of why I think they had to show you this so directly, and why they led with the 9 of Pentacles. Remember, you will be successful this week in your goals, especially if that's one of them as well, even if it's an internal one. So the 8 of Cups, it shows this decisiveness in terms of that choice to walk away. This really looks like someone who is understanding that this really has no, it doesn't serve you at all, and it just, there's no place for this in your life. And that is the energy I'm seeing here. A person who's just resolved in that decision to walk away because it makes sense, in a sense of emotionally, logically, practically, energetically. You just understand and you're ready for this. So I do feel a strong Wednesday is this decision to walk away from this energy or this problem or this thing, this cycle even. Do they need any advice for this? You may not, but let's just see, just in case. The only advice would be just to be confident within yourself, whether it's confident within your decision, confident within yourself in terms of what's already happened. So for example, if you were doubting yourself and thinking like, did I do the wrong things, or should I regret whatever it is, the Empress card is saying that you did the right thing and that you did very well, in fact. And it's also showing everything else that's waiting for you, I would say. You're still creating things, you're still manifesting, and ultimately will be receiving things. There's a lot of abundance here in the background. And there's also flow, too, that I'm seeing. So you're not going to be stuck. You're going to continue forward. Better things are coming towards you. And so they just wanted you to be confident in that, okay? So confident within yourself in the present, as well as confident within, in all ways, like that future things are coming towards you, and that you did do the right things in the past. Obviously, if that doesn't resonate with you fully, you might still have to do some reflecting work on that and kind of come into that resolve on your own terms. But it, for the most part, it looks like most of you did exactly what you could do. Any final messages for self this week? Thank you. That's pretty much it. I am seeing you in some sort of celebration energy. This could be with people near you. This could be with your guides. Whatever the case is, you're sharing some sort of joyous energy this week. This feels like it's around Friday-ish, I would say. And you're just in good spirits, you know? Like whatever was bothering you towards the beginning of the week, it is going to be fading towards the end. And just feeling a lot more secure, feeling a lot more supported, and also feeling like you have a more enhanced and clearer sense of direction as well. Okay, so yeah, again, looking really good there. So let's take a look at the outer world and see if there's any actual specific events, conversations, energies this week for you. Let's see if anything sticks out. Spirit, with regard to their outer world, anything they need to see specifically, what's coming towards them this week, please? Our group 1 narwhal group. Something could kind of still be hanging, whatever it was. It could be the thing that you were thinking about, you know, that was giving you some stress. I mean, it could also be some other stuff too, where not immediate resolution there. So it doesn't have to be a good or bad thing. It's just showing that it's still kind of hovering. A situation or an energy for you in the beginning of this week. And now we have the King of Pentacles. So if you happen to be dealing with some masculine energy, whether it's, well, I mean, it's most likely a person for you guys, but this also could be representing a situation as well. Some of you, it could literally be a situation with finances or a job area. We still see the same thing. We still see that you're kind of hovering there. We don't know the full answers yet. I mean, again, it could be linking back to that Nine of Swords. Yeah, Nine of Swords that we saw, where it could be causing some of that upset. With regard to this, though, I do see that there are going to be some conversations and some clarity coming in soon, by Thursday-ish, for a lot of you. Well, not all of you, but for like maybe 70% of you, I felt like you're going to get an answer on something by this week, by Thursday, because there's something in the background that's still being discussed here. The Three of Pentacles shows that it's not just up to this one person, or basically it's showing that there's something additional that we don't currently see. It's still being worked out. It's still being either worked out or discussed or even aligned if we're talking more of energy work. But it is going to have some form of more increased clarity. I hesitate with that one because I feel like some of you may not get the total clarity this week, but that's fewer of you. I think most of you will get at least some clarity that's satisfying enough, but others of you, it's going to be like, wait, well, what's the rest of the story? So I think that'll resonate only if your situation is going to need more time, where it's obvious that it needs more time to unfold. But others of you, I feel like you're at least going to have that clarity, and maybe even a conversation directly with someone. What else, please? Okay, so what does that mean for them? So this energy is a little bit kind of a separate thing. This is, there's nothing else to be said here, I feel. This should be resolved, or at least moved forward enough that it'll be okay. Like, I'm not getting any upsetting energy for this, where it needs more answers and it needs more, there's nothing left here, so I'm going to leave that there. Now, over here with the Three of Wands and Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, this is something different. This is a coming opportunity. So I'm not sure if it is going to be only in this week. Saturday could be significant in terms of an idea, a communication, something small, something like a little bit of a spark or an offering. But when it comes to the full thing, oh wait, you can't see that. When it comes to the full thing, it is going to take a little bit more time because of the Seven of Pentacles. There is it's like a happiness kind of energy here. So something of this little spark of this idea is going to bring good feelings. The longer term outcome is going to be, I would say, anywhere from a few weeks to a few months outside of when you receive this news. So let's say that this Saturday you receive some sort of little spark. It may not be from a person directly, but it is going to be some kind of a little, it can be someone is speaking to you. Maybe you got some correspondence, an email, a text, someone mentioned something. If it's not that, it could have been on your own, where you saw a glimmer of some opportunity through your own actions or research or synchronicities. Some of you, it might have to do with travel or an opportunity that is beyond what you're currently doing in your routine, something that's going to take you outside of the box, and it's going to make you feel very happy to think about, because you're like, oh, it's something different. It makes me feel this satisfaction and happiness. Maybe it's something relating to your growth as well, but this I feel like is more of the timing, okay? So it is going to take more time, several more weeks, or even up to several more months. But I think that whatever this thing is going to be worth the wait, and you also need some time to prepare anyway. So yeah, I think some of you, it could be some type of travel plans, whether it's personal life or professional life. If it's not physical travel, it's something that's going to expand you in some way, like your mind or your skills or your experiences. So that's really nice. Definitely a strong Saturday for like 90% of you, I would say, that this is going to come through. They're not going to probably tell me more, but with this little fish in the Page of Cups chalice here, I am seeing, like, it's almost like the fish is whispering to the page and saying, like, hey, something's coming. So look out for that in some way. Actually, don't look out for that. Just let it come to you. It's going to surprise you, I feel, but it is going to be something, like, just remember in the back of your mind, if anything. Do we have any final things I need to know for this week? Any final advice or final events, energies, communications that they're going to be experiencing this week? Thank you. That's it, because we circle back around to your first card. Again, I feel like it's going to be a good week. I wouldn't worry too much about what's going on here. It really doesn't look like it's going to affect you. Whatever the case is, whatever the heck this entire thing is, you're not going to be affected in a negative way at all. And just let this work itself out. And the final advice for that, I think the final advice is just, like, it depends on what it is, honestly. Some of you have to really make sure that you're working well with other people. Just make sure that you're hearing them out. Make sure that you're talking and speaking your truth if you have to, and not restricting and limiting yourself in any way, because that will be a temptation for some of you to do, especially if someone else is, like, kind of pushy here. If it's not like an actual person who's pushy, the situation in itself could be limiting in some way. So make sure that it that whatever it is that you end up doing, that you like it, basically they're saying you owe it to yourself to get all the answers, or that you owe it to yourself to speak your truth fully and to not restrict yourself and limit yourself in that way. So just advocate for yourself, speak up for yourself this week. Of course, follow your intuition with that one, but that's the advice that I'm seeing. So group one, really positive reading. I do hope that this was helpful to you and that it resonated. If anything, you can let me know below. But if you would like a personal reading instead of this general one, the information is also below. And thank you guys so much. And if you enjoy this, feel free to subscribe if you're new here. Thank you so much. Sending you blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is the avocado, and it's saying bravocado, so like bravo. Spirit, this reading is for group 2, please and thank you. So we're going to just take a look first into how you'll be doing, how your energy will be this week, and then the outer world, see what's going on there. Spirit, moving forward into just this week, please, what energies are coming towards our group 2 in the area of self? Just how will they be doing our avocado group? Oh, okay. So right away, we have the Eight of Wands. This is nice. I feel like this is talking about your movement and your flow. I always enjoy when a card like this comes through because it, to me, says that there's no blockages, because blockages are really, really tough to go through. So that's nice. It also could be talking about a specific type of motivation and passion, of course, because it's the Wands card. And I am seeing the nice open, airy sky as well. So maybe it's just movement and freedom in all different kinds of ways. Some of you, it could be physically if you're doing something different there. It could be creatively or mentally in any way. Again, just a really nice type of movement. It literally feels like standing on top of some sort of mountain and looking into the landscape. That's what it feels like. That's nice. What do they need to know for their energy this week? Thank you. Definitely something coming towards you in that way. So with this Devil card, this is actually a really good sign that it came out with this card, because that's everything that I was mentioning. This is freedom. So you're gaining freedom from whatever was going on with the Devil card. So the Devil card, I notice frequently first the chains, okay? So if there was something that was keeping you chained, so to speak, kind of like it could have been something mentally, you know, kind of stuck behind some sort of idea or fear. It could have been something physically or financially or, you know, in some way. It even could have been a situation or a connection, you know. So yeah, there could have been something that was keeping you chained there, but for whatever reason this week it's not going to be an issue for you. Or, well, if it resonates, some of you have already found a way out of that situation, okay? So what do they need to know for this? What is the advice or clarity? Well, this isn't exactly advice, but this is confirming something for a lot of you. This Three of Swords is getting into the territory of a deeper wound pattern, is kind of how they phrased it. Definitely going into the subconscious. My cards follow the flow of energy, and you can see how it's you know, kind of it's getting lower. It's descending into the subconscious arena here with the Three of Swords. This could be hinting at the fact that maybe some of you have tried already to exit this situation, and it seems like thus far it has been kind of impossible to do, whether this is something with you or someone you're dealing with, or again a situation you're dealing with. Again, I'm feeling that this week is going to be much more positive, because either you have figured out a way to do things differently, or you have found a way to gain your freedom entirely. So either way, I think it's a good thing. Let's see what else. So with the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is your energy where even with the presence of these two cards, you're not actually affected in the same way that maybe you were in the past. The Queen of Cups feels very cleansed and stable and balanced within her energies, because the water cards run the risk of being really up and down, I'll say, because like the waves and the fluctuations of energy and emotions and what emotions can bring us. But I don't see a problem here. I feel like it's very balanced, and very centered. So that's showing you that you're handling something really, really well this week, especially if there was already a previous trigger in the situation or within you. So very much I'm getting maturity from the Queen of Cups. And then with the King of Cups, I'm trying to look into just your energy, but there is someone here that kind of wants to push through. I can't really get a read off of them entirely. Their eyes are closed, in fact, but King of Pentacles is here. This could represent a number of different things for you guys, especially because this is the area of self. This could be someone in your present. It could be someone from your past. Of course, it could be a situation in itself. To me, I do feel like this is representing some sort of stuckness, okay? Usually I would think something more grounded, but in this case I see it's stuckness. Now, the King of Pentacles is literally behind the Queen of Cups. So this, again, could be something from the past or something within the subconscious that is really not easily caught. It's not easily noticed, and so that's why it's been so tricky to deal with, I'll say. The Hermit. So a lot of you this week, especially around the time of Thursday, they said with the Hermit card, either you're going to be taking some time to yourself, separating yourself, even going into like your own form of solitary, or even like they said isolation for some of you, where you're going to be removing yourself from situations or people this week. Okay. Now, I'm also seeing that if that's not even relevant, but it could be additionally, I'm still seeing that you're taking some time to do this inner reflective work. So you're either going to be doing healing work or meditating or maybe even some sort of writing or discovery, and it's going to be some intense work that you're doing. Automatically, I can tell you that you will be successful in this. I don't even need to look into the cards for that. I feel like you've already been successful in this type of inner work, and this will just continue that process. Probably it'll take you to a next level. It'll be like the next step for you that will help you to continue to grow and evolve and heal and release whatever holds you back, basically. Anything final for self this week, please? And they're saying, like, you know, job well done with the bravo here in the avocado. See? That is wonderful. Wonderful confirmation. Because the Six of Wands is the card of success, okay? So I'm not sure what this means for the entire bigger picture of your path, but at least for this energy stream that we're seeing just now, you will be successful, especially within this 1 week. You will be successful in this journey that you're taking internally. And now let's see how this is affecting your outer world, okay? All right, so we're looking for events, situations, conversations, spirit moving forward into just this week. What energies are coming towards them in their outer world, please? Anything noteworthy? Yep. King of Wands. So yes, I do think that a lot of you are dealing with some masculine energy, male or female. If you're not dealing with a person directly, like I said, this could be something, some situation that is generally problematic or there's a struggle. So what is the energy coming towards them here? It does look like someone from afar, honestly, has some issue here. Some of you, only if this resonates, it does look like this King of Wands wants some type of control over the situation, even maybe over you and your thoughts in some way, or your actions in some way. Some of you, this could be like anyone. I mean, honestly, it could be any type of person here, but because some of you, I felt like it could be work related. Others of you, obviously, it's your personal life. I don't know exactly what type of connection this is. But this person is sitting far away from you. I find that really interesting. They're not actually like, you know, imposing where they're encroaching upon your boundary, assuming that you put up a boundary, because I think that you did, and it worked, because this person is kind of far from you. And yet, even in their distance, they're still trying to exact some type of control or controlling energy in some way. They're not happy about the distance. They're not happy about the boundary, whatever is going on there, okay? Some of you might not have realized that you put up a boundary, but you did energetically. Others of you, it was very obvious you put up a boundary because you probably actually said it. You spoke it, or you know, created that in some obvious way to the person. So here's the problem, is that you are connected to this person in some way that is probably unavoidable, because we have the Lover's card. So this is not guaranteeing what type of a connection this is, but it's showing that there's a proximity between you and this person. You're close to them in some way. There's some reason, at least for right now, that you cannot most likely get away from this person, unfortunately. So that's what makes this tricky. So what you could do in the meantime, if that's true, if you feel like this person is either negative or just like sapping your strength in some way, the only thing to do right now, I think, is like energy work until you can change the situation itself. So, the usual, you can protect your energy, you can maybe do some cord cutting, meditating, if that calls to you. Maybe ask your angels and guides. I have heard that Archangel Michael helps us to cut cords and also to protect us as well. Do what you can in that regard, but just know that eventually you will have relief from whatever is the bother in this situation. It will improve, and you are, whatever it is that you've done so far and what you're currently doing, it is effective. It has been effective, and it's continuing to be effective. And the nice thing is that you should, hopefully now or later into this week, you should be able to feel the difference. You should be able to feel that strength. You're standing up taller, you're thinking a little bit more clearly, you're able to focus more of your energy on what matters to you and not to this person, let's say. So that's nice to hear. That's a lot to deal with. So bravo again for you guys for dealing with this, and you're still standing up quite tall, I can see. Alrighty. So with the Nine of Swords, either this is you, or again, it could even be the person that you're dealing with. But what I said still stands. It's just a matter that this is a difficult situation, okay? What else do we have here? What's going on with the Three of Cups? What's coming towards them this week? What's going on now with the Three of Cups and the Seven of Swords? I kind of pulled the Three of Cups way too fast and I wasn't concentrating. So then I was like, what does this mean? Spirit, what is the message just for these two cards for group 2? How is this affecting them, and what is it showing as? Boy, let's see. I'm actually not getting that it's a negative thing. Some of you, though, it would have, only if this already is common knowledge to you, there could have been some type of like other person interfering with your energy or whatever you were dealing with, let's say. That could be something there. But actually, I'm seeing that this is something different. I feel like there could be some kind of energy growing here that was unexpected. Either it's showing through that you could be receiving an opportunity from someone professionally or socially, let's say. What do we need to know about this coming through here this week, just this week? It's a little confusing, actually. Let me just grab an oracle card, see if we can... Spirit, is there any clarity with regard to this next message? To the sea. Well, for some of you, the message was that some cycle is going to come to an end this week, that you're going to be free and clear to have more stability, and you're going to clear whatever was going on. It may not necessarily be with what I said before with this situation here, but in some way, you're going to clear that energy. Now, for the rest of them, if there was an additional message which they need to hear... Unfinished symphony. Here I'm getting that actually something that was unfinished before will be receiving some sort of closure or come back around. So like, for example, this is like a random message, only if it resonates with your situation. If some of you were missing a friend or someone outside of yourself, like some other energy here, they might come back around this week. If that doesn't end up resonating, that was only really for just random some of you, but I am feeling like someone or even something is going to come back around and show itself this week, although I'm not getting a strong energy for that, so it may either be temporary or just so unexpected. What else additionally besides this? Is there any final messages of external energy that's coming towards them this week that we need to know about for group 2? Anything else we need to see? Three of Pentacles. I don't know if it's just socializing or, you know, just meeting with other people, but if that's the case, we do see that here. You could have some fulfilling type of socializing this week, or just seeing other people or working with other people, collaboration kind of energy this week, more so towards the end of the week, and it's going to go well. I mean, I feel like for most of you, I feel like it's going to go well. Okay. Anything else? Any final messages of advice or guidance? The only other advice I'm getting here is that whatever is this conflicted energy in your life, they're asking you to really truly let it come to an end. We do have that confirmation with the World card as well. Something really just has to come to an end, and it cannot go any further is how they're saying this. It's actually a very strong message here, kind of like a really strong advisement, maybe even warning for some of you, that something just cannot continue. The way they're phrasing it, it's kind of speaking to me in terms of energy. It's like it truly is like there's no more gas in the tank for this thing. There's no more energy to be had here. Like I don't really know how else to explain it. So it's not necessarily that you're at your wit's end with this, or that you want to choose for this to be over. Something just physically, energetically cannot continue, and that is just something they wanted you to be aware of. Okay. Other than that, I'm not really seeing anything too out of the ordinary. It's kind of more of the same stuff. It's going to kind of go as it's been going. But with the Nine of Wands and the Star card, they're just saying to hang in there. Yes, something has been a huge headache for you in some way, and there's like been some battles or whatever, but it is going to work out. Something is going to work out specifically in your favor. And the thing is, although it may not be this sort of dramatic completion in some way, what I'm feeling with the Star card is the gradual unfolding of a peaceful resolution. So as the days go by, as the weeks go by, whatever amount of time, you should be seeing more and more peace, kind of like just increasing as you go forward. And by the time that you look back, you're like, oh wow, it really, I feel so much better, and it really worked itself out. Okay, so tricky situation there maybe. But that is pretty much all I'm seeing. Anything final for what was going on here? Because that was like random. I think we're... I honestly feel like if you are dealing with some additional person, like I don't know who this is for you, but this is someone else, okay? So there could be some dealings that you have with another person, but I kind of feel like this is a different reading for you guys. So just in case this resonated with you, please check out some of my past pick of cards. A lot of them are, most of them are timeless. If you need more information on a new connection or an additional connection, because I feel like a lot of you are going to need some messages from a different reading, but for right now, they're not, that's all they're saying to me. So, because it's going to go differently for a lot of you, that's why. So that's what I'm seeing. Okay, group 2, thank you so much. I do hope that this was helpful in some way, and I hope that whatever's going on does work out, in fact, okay? If you'd like a personal reading, the info is below, and if you're new here and it was helpful, feel free to subscribe. But thank you guys again, sending you many blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is the rainbow, and it says, color me impressed on it. Spirit, this reading is for group 3, please and thank you. First, we'll take a look into your energy, see how you'll be doing this week, and then we'll get the outer world. Spirit, moving forward into just this week, please, what energies are coming towards group 3 in the area of self, just how they'll be doing in self. Thank you, thank you. Kind of looks like you'll be fighting yourself with something, and at the same time it's this back and forth. This kind of reminds me of like if we fight ourselves in terms of something that's either good for us or not, because it's conflict and then peace. It truly is going to be this back and forth. Let's say that there's something this week that you would like to start doing that you know is good for you, that you enjoy, but for some reason your mind is really battling you against it. And honestly, that's very common. So I feel like that could be something that you're doing this week. Is there an advice for this, please? Yes, the advice actually is, I'll say to simply, it's not exactly simple, but they said to simply look at your fears. So this conflict or this sort of argumentative energy in the Five of Wands is actually caused by a fear that you have. And if you're not aware of that fear, then of course it could be in your subconscious, but this is only because of a fear. Now, let's say that you didn't have that fear, or that you do have the fear and you acknowledge that that's what's going on, and you just do away with that energy. All you're left with is this with the Two of Cups, where you're like, oh wow, this thing feels really nice to me, this is good for me, this is what I want for myself, and I'm not afraid anymore. Or I know I'm afraid, but I'm gonna move through that fear. Okay, so be on the lookout for that, whatever this is. I don't know if that resonates with all of you, but that is what I am seeing there. Is there anything else they need to know for self this week, please? Really interesting way that they portrayed it too. Yeah, actually, you're gonna be okay. You do overcome this fear, I can tell you right away, because you go from the moon to the sun in one go here. So yeah, I don't know when exactly, because, well, it is this week, but the day will differ for you guys. Maybe it has to do with the choice and free will, you know, the choice that you're making. But here, with the Sun card, they also said opportunity. So there could have been an opportunity presented to you, or you took an opportunity. So again, that is why the days will differ. But whatever is the case, you'll take it, or you'll go for it in some way. It could be something so small, right, where you're starting a new routine or a new choice or option or opportunity in any way at all. Others of you, it's not going to be so small. It's going to be something that is a very big deal to you, and it just so happens that it came through this week. So you will be successful, and you'll be very proud of yourself. You'll be very happy with the results, or the motion and the flow of it. And so color me impressed, the rainbow, I feel like you'll be very impressed with yourself, and you're bringing in a lot of light to your own path and your own self because of this. Anything else we need to know? I'm happy at least that this is not the Devil card, the Moon card, because the Devil card, I think it would be a little different, but the Moon card shows that this is not something that, let's say, would be completely debilitating, at least not at this point. The Moon card is a bit, not to say it's lighter, but it does show that it's a bit more, like you're able to navigate it just a little bit more. And it's doable. That, I guess I'll just leave that there, because I'm just glad that this was not the Devil card, because the Devil card, it would have been a whole different thing. Maybe it was a Devil card in the past, right? Here we have Justice, which is nice. We're having more balance. We're having more, they said even more freedom for some reason. And more, yeah, more direction. It's like a breath of fresh air here. So you'll be able to feel, yeah, I think you'll just be able to feel free to move around, or I don't know, I don't know what they're getting at exactly, but this is good news. Final messages for the this week in self. Anything additional that they need to know about? Just do these two. Yeah, that's it. You're going to be persistent, and you'll succeed. I mean, that's as simple as that. By the end of the week, you'll definitely see some success. So right at the end of the week, for mostly all of you, but it's gonna be for different things though. So it could be for different things for each of you, or it could be multiple things for all of you. The Seven of Wands does show that whatever was the case, that you were persistent, or you will be persistent, and kind of climb that mountain, push forward, even if it felt like in some parts that you kind of had to force yourself to get up and do it, or whatever, or just push yourself and forward. Whatever the case was, you have succeeded, or you will succeed in that. And the Six of Wands is shown through here, that you have victory, success, and just feeling really good about what you've done, you know, feeling really proud of yourself. So again, you've impressed yourself. So that's really encouraging, really nice. And good luck with whatever that was. Spirit, in their outer worlds, moving forward into this week only, what energies are coming towards them in their outer world. Group 3, the rainbow group. So we have the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. A little bit of a confusing message, which leads me to wonder if this is the right deck for you guys, honestly. Let me see what happens when I use the energy oracle, because I'm really not getting a message from here, but if these cards look like they're repeating themselves in this deck, then I will at least know to say something about it. Spirit, can we know about their outer world this week? Group number 3. If I need to, I'll also grab another oracle deck, but this is the energy oracle in case I didn't say that just a minute ago. Spirit, what is coming towards them in their outer world this week, just this week? Group 3. Action. So kind of same thing there. Something is going to be moving forward for sure. There even could be some fast-paced action for only some of you, if it, I guess, makes sense with your situation. Some of you, it could be feeling a little bit too fast, so just make sure that you're at a good pace. If you feel like anything in your outer world is kind of going too fast and it's rushing, feel free to calm it down and just to center yourself once again. But that's not for all of you. I just feel like some of you, it could be relevant, but yeah, otherwise things are moving forward for sure. What else is happening outer world? Okay, so we have Healer of the Ages. Same kind of deal here. This is what I felt with the Justice card. And actually, yeah, that makes sense. It does feel like something, even with the Justice card, was healing. So something is healing, something is balancing. It maybe could have to do with the person, but I feel like this is a little bit more situational. And it does feel like it's something more in the background as well. So could be like something in the energy is healing. And case in point, we have the broken heart. So something was either broken, so to speak, or not working well. Something could have been causing a lot of distress. Whatever that was should be on its way to healing, although it's still going to take probably some time. But what is the advice here or the message here? Yeah, definitely there's something happening in the 5D. So let me bring back these cards just in case I needed to. The Hierophant card I just felt was something in the 5D where this can represent divine energy. So something is still probably, let's say, maybe restricted or whatever, and someone is feeling the brunt of that. Could be you, could be someone close to you, where something is still not quite there yet. Something is still stuck or restricted, but with the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel card, it kind of confirms that for us, that something is being worked out by the higher powers as we speak. So it just needs time. That's really all it needs, is time and patience for that. Outer world, anything else? I think that wanted to come out. We have here Door to Value. Now, yes, this could be something of a financial gain for some of you this week, but it also could be any kind of abundant opportunity as well, because you can see here that the doors are opening. So there could be an opportunity for you this week to say, like, let's go do that thing, and it's going to give me a lot of joy. It's going to give me a lot of just general positive vibrations. If you have been dealing with something where you're looking for jobs or you're looking for, some financial help or whatnot, there could be some opportunities here, but let's get the highest good advice for that, because I'm not sure the result. I see. Some of you could be dealing with issues, though, like conflicts or problems with regard to that. Is there a way to reach the highest good? Whoa, okay. Is there a way to reach the highest good solution, let's say? Interesting. What is this? Only some of you need to hear this message. They said that one of the reasons why there's a conflict to this, whatever this represents for you, is that because something is still in the way. And by you walking away from that thing, you're going to be creating space for these doors to open up completely, not just sort of, well, here it's partially. So they said you're going to have to let go of some specific thing, whether it's, well, it could be a 3-dimensional thing, but it also could be an energy thing. And they said you have to walk away from it. So that's interesting. Now, if this is practical for some of you guys, so this could be hinting at the fact that you may have to try something different. So just as one example, let's say that you've been applying for the same types of jobs. If you're looking for a job currently, they said something like you have to walk away from the thing you were doing the same way. and try it a different way, and you will have a result there. But that could mean any number of things, right? It doesn't mean you have to like completely go towards a different field, although some of you might. It also could mean just trying anything differently. So whether it's like a different search engine or doing something with a recruiter if you've never done that before, attending an in-person networking event if you've never done that before. They just said it's something different where you're doing it in a different way that will bring in that new opportunity, and it's actually going to work out really well for you. What else is coming towards them this week? Yeah, see, this actually, it does confirm it. I couldn't feel it from these cards at all. Maybe they just wanted to use this deck for you. But all tied up is pretty much the same card as the Eight of Swords, okay? So yeah, something is restricted in some way, but they are trying to get you out of that. And I do think ultimately it works really nicely. But this could be hinting at some specific thing here now, rather than just your own overall energy. There's a specific area of your life that maybe has been tied up a bit. Okay, this is a relief. So it is going to work for you. Now, I'm not sure the timing at this point, because some of you, it's going to be different actions you're taking, you know, different free will kind of involvement here, but ultimately you'll have success with this specific energy stream. Just give it a little bit more time. Some of you, it's going to be a few, I'm not really sure. I feel like it might be like a few weeks for some of you, but it's really hard to say because of what I mentioned. But you will have the victory and success when the time is right. Keep your eyes open for opportunities, especially that your guides are trying to kind of like nudge you towards. The moment that you have a repeating message, just the second time, you will know that that's your guide trying to show you something. So let's say that you see an ad for something, right? And then unrelated in a different way, you see the same word or the same image or whatever, the same sign. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, what are they trying to tell me? So you'll know that your guides are trying to show you that. They told me that there. Any final messages? Is there any like conversations, any issues, people, events? Storm, oh my God, what is that about? Let's see. Spirit, can you tell us about storm warning? Is that like, what is that supposed to be for? What is that talking about? They just said that you're gonna have a little bit of a change of direction possibly this week. Yeah, that's all they said here. There could be some confusion this week actually, where I don't know if you are dealing with other people, that might be why. Because someone here, it could be like a change of opinion or like a difference of opinion, and someone is confused, or there's a lack of clear answers, because this could be an uncertainty. But I'm not seeing that it's going to end disastrously. It's more like they're saying you're going to have to go the other way. Final messages for storm warning. Okay, Page of Cups. Well, oopsie. Page of Cups is good. And then we have the Justice card. So everything is going to ultimately work out. But this week does have some ups and downs. I kind of feel like for you guys, I didn't get this for the other two groups, but for you guys, you may be affected more by the upcoming Mercury retrograde and possibly all of the stuff that's happening tomorrow with the Chinese New Year, the eclipse, the new moon. I think the eclipse is tomorrow, and the new moon thing. All of it's happening all at once. And our Mercury retrograde, I believe, is next week officially, but the shadow phase has started, so be careful with that one. That could screw up a lot of things, communication, technology, travel. So hang in there, like wait for some stability for sure. It will be stable. It's going to be okay. It's going to be stable, and things will be okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if things kind of felt like they were shaken up a little bit for you this week, so just be mindful, be aware, just be cautious in that regard. That's really all I'm seeing, but I think I'll leave it there. Even I'm a little jumbled now. So I'll leave it there, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys. If you do need a personal reading instead of this general one, the information is below. And if this did help you and you're new here, feel free to subscribe. But thank you guys so much. Good luck with this week. Good luck with everything, and sending you many blessings. And I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, which is the egg, and it says excellent work on it. Spirit, this reading is for group 4. First, we're going to take a look into how you'll be doing your energy this week, and then the outer world. Spirit, moving forward into just this week, please and thank you. What energies are coming towards our group 4 in the area of self, our egg group? So this is always a nice thing to see. We have Ace of Wands, okay? I definitely pay attention to an ace if it's the first card. Like, I feel like it's just more fortunate, okay? So good start here. Lots of zest, lots of zest. I was just thinking, like, if you're physically, literally going to be eating eggs as part of like a dietary change, that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, we're seeing lots of high vibrational energy there. So maybe some of you are starting like a new type of routine or new goal or habit or whatever it might be. I'm just not sure what's going to happen with it, because sometimes if the energy is like a little bit too high, it does tend to dip down. So my advice for this one is, you know, it's definitely really wonderful to have that motivation and that excitement. But if you are, you know, trying to change it into, let's say, a habit or something more long term, just really try to be as consistent as you can be. But you don't have to do 100%, because honestly, I talk about this constantly with my clients, that habits are, the research with the habits shows us that it's the tiny steps and the consistency versus like the giant, you know, like 100% where it's just not sustainable. So I don't know, I went into a tangent there, but I just wanted to help to prevent some, you know, basically to give you the encouragement and the ways that you can make it into the long term, I'll say. The 8 of Wands and the 4 of Swords. So yeah, this week it does feel like you have that high energy, but then I don't know, with the 4 of Swords it feels like you're already like, geez, I'm exhausted. Okay, so that's kind of why I was giving those messages, because it's the Ace of Wands kind of felt to me like it was really intense, just really, really high, and then you run with it, but then it's kind of like it's too tiring. So that's why I was like, I think I'm only laughing because I've done this a million times, where I feel like it needs to be more balanced, where it needs to be just more even keeled, let's say. So if that resonates with you guys, just remember that, you know, you don't have to do too much too fast. You can make it more of a balanced thing, and it still can be successful. So with the 4 of Swords, it's just showing the need for more rest, more balance, more of yeah, like a more realistic approach, I'll say. And you can still have that excitement about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that the body gives out kind of fast when the energy is too strong in the beginning. It really is like the battery power, you know? So now with the 7 of Swords, and this is the area of self. So what is the 7 of Swords speaking about? Towards the second half of the week, I'm feeling like something in your subconscious or something hidden from you in some other way is going to be tiptoeing towards you. Now I hesitate because it's a tricky energy. Check out these cards, okay? 7 of Swords, which could mean something hidden. The Moon card, which could mean something hidden. And now the 2 of Swords, which there's a blindfold and a blockagey looking thing here. And it has the Moon, okay? A lot of subconscious energy. And if this is the area of self, I'm wondering, what on earth is this? So it's going to be relevant to you this week. It's creeping up on you. It's kind of how they're saying this. We have the Sun card. So what I'm thinking is that you will be aware of it this week. It's not going to stay hidden from you. This could simply be some kind of blockage you've dealt with before. Okay, again, you will know about this week, either because you've dealt with it before and you were mindful of this and you just understood it, or it even could be representing a revelation, a realization for you this week that you haven't had before. So it just depends on that piece. What else for self do we need to know here? So we have the Ten of Swords, which shows some kind of either painful ending or painful cycle that needs to come to an end. And then this Chariot card is honestly the same energy that I got here. Something in this mix does tend to make you feel like either you're stuck or make you feel like you've tripped. Yeah. And I do feel like it is something internal, like an internal struggle, versus, let's say, necessarily something in your environment or your outer world, although it could be related. But I do feel like a large part of this is something you have to deal with internally. So yeah, some internal blockage, subconscious blockage even, some internal or subconscious pattern that you've dealt with a lot of times, if not all the time. It is related to some type of trauma or some type of inner belief that doesn't serve us. Let's say, for example, something that you feel like you're not worthy of or not good enough or something like that. And then fear comes up, right? So, lot to deal with here, but it does seem, like I said, towards the end, you are going to be fully aware of what's going on. And the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you will benefit greatly from grounding your energy, pausing, right? So pausing, regaining some rest, regaining some energy and replenishment from whatever might have been taking your strength, right? Sapping your strength. And resting for a minute, like I said before. You definitely need to rest a bit in some way this week. And finally, what will help is, one, working with your guides, but two, they said something about increasing your sight towards your spiritual path in some way. And I'll explain why. Here, with the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands, I'm getting that this was the focus on some three-dimensional outward thing, an action. But they're saying that if you focus on just doing it in that way, meaning a behavioral change, the results may be temporary. However, if you focus your energy instead on your spiritual development, right? You within yourself as a whole and your spiritual path and your energy balance, you will have lasting success. Okay? So let's say, for argument's sake, that you have an imbalance within one of your chakras or within some aspect of your spiritual self or spiritual body. You just have to pay attention to that this week and do a little bit more healing in that specific area. And that is going to help you so much more and more long term versus if you tried to change just the outward behavior. Okay? I'm trying to think of an example. I mean, I guess a really common example for everybody is like physical health and taking care of physical health. Like if this is representing going to the gym, the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands, it may not last if you have a root chakra blockage, okay? Because we can't just change the behavior permanently if there's an energetic reason why we can't sustain that. So check into it, see if that resonates with you. I do have 2 videos in my description boxes where I talk about healing through energy healing and then the chakra healing. If you feel like you do have some deeper seated blockages that just keep you stuck, please do check those out. Now, your angels and guides are going to want to help you too. They're going to want to give you some information, some strength, because that's needed as well. You are going to want to take action, and then they'll try to give you the strength needed and the courage needed for those actions as well. So it's kind of like a whole holistic thing, a team effort this week. Final message for this, because this was a really interesting spread here for self. Everything is going to ultimately work out. I am seeing you working in harmony with your guides and yourself. And your subconscious. This even could be your inner child, actually, because I saw on the bottom the 6 of Cups, and then I have the little child here. The little child is kind of like clinging onto the dog here. I thought that was kind of cute because some people have like an emotional support animal. But yeah, you will succeed eventually. It's just like a bit of an up and down process here, especially with catching this thing. It's almost like it eludes you in some way. it's hard to notice when it happens, I guess, right? So in the outer world, it's a little foggy. Let's see what's going on there. Spirit, in their outer world, moving forward into just this week, what energies are coming towards them? Let's say events, energies, conversations, dealing with people. Is there anything, whoopsie, is there anything they need to know there? Spirit, group 4. Well, that looks nice. That's peace first there. So far, so good. I think that towards the beginning of the week, it's going to look really nice, kind of high vibrational. Something is coming into a more peaceful alignment, more of an agreement energy, and I'm feeling a lot of protection as well. Anything else for the rest of the week coming towards them in their outer world? So we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Wands. It kind of feels like there is an ending that needs to happen right away, and it is coming, actually. What is this pertaining to, please, in their outer world? This could have to do with either a person you're dealing with or a situation that was dictated by a person. So what do we need to know here? Whatever is the case, something has to come to an end, and it should be coming in fast. There could have been a masculine energy, or again, it could be a situation itself that someone here was essentially being, I think, stubborn, or even like kind of like defiant. Someone was pushing here. So what does this mean for the situation? How does it end up this week, or does it end this week? There's still a few different things that could happen, actually. I would like to tell you a definitive sort of outcome here, but it's not quite decided yet. There's a lot of different things that could still happen in the situation because either someone is still deciding something or it's just still aligning. Is there anything we can know about this situation here? Yeah, some of you, again, if you are dealing with somebody, there is still going to be a persistent stuckness, or like I said, it could be stubbornness for someone involved, or the situation itself could still be kind of stuck and feel stubborn to you. For example, if it is a situational thing versus if you're dealing with a person, it could just feel like, nothing's moving. It's just like, okay, what's going on? Like, we all want it to move. We all want it to be resolved, but it just seems like for some reason it is stuck. I literally heard like it kind of felt like it's gonna sound strange, but I heard like rubbery sounds. It kind of makes me feel like there's too much, like it's almost like friction. It's like it's like stuck in there and it's just not getting out. How do they navigate this then? Well, one advice here with the Nine of Wands is to not repeat certain things, like not repeat painful patterns and not repeat battles. For example, if this is a person you're dealing with, or, well, again, or a situation, try not to do the same tired old approaches. So if it's dealing with a person, please do not have a repeat argument with this person because it's not going to go anywhere. If this is a situation, try not to do the same things that gave you a sense of like tiredness or frustration that you had done previously. It's just not going to work. So either you have to do something entirely different, or you have to step back and release your energy from this and just kind of let this unfold, kind of like Hanged Man energy. What else do we need to know for this? I don't know what this is talking about because it is going to look different for all of you. But if this is resonating, you already know what the situation is talking about. Moon card shows us that we're not going to get full answers, but these cards earlier do show us that this is happening for a reason. Okay? Yeah, something is kind of going to be making itself known soon, where you will have that more of that clarity. And case in point, we have Queen of Swords, so there is more clarity there, whether this is coming from you or news that's coming in your direction. So Eight of Pentacles is nice. I feel like what that's talking about is like basically it's showing that through this clarity, someone or something can take steps forward. So at least we can see the stuckness won't be this eternal thing. Anything in addition to this we need to know about for this week? Yeah, with this Three of Swords, it's like This could be something, an Eight of Swords. There's something problematic here that really just won't give up. It's so frustrating, I'm feeling. Like really annoying. And this is the wisdom of the oracle. What do they need to know for this? Well, okay. We do have the card blessed, and it's the number 22. So I feel like they're giving you that to at least let you know that you will receive something positive ultimately, and perhaps this is happening because of the whole thing of like everything happens for a reason kind of a thing, where this is not working out. This is not coming through because there's something better behind it. And I know that's cliche, but that's what I'm getting. That's nice. And so what this means is that if you are holding on to something and you're really, really trying to make that thing happen and it's not, there is a reason for it. It's because maybe your guides are trying to stop you dead in your tracks and saying like, hey, stop doing that. We're giving you a blessing. It's just not this thing that you think it is. Any additional messages for this week? So we have yang energy here. So this could just be talking about you taking some actions, which we already saw that before. And then we have tick-tock. I don't know if something is time sensitive for you guys this week. Round and round. Yeah, this is exactly the same as before. We're seeing that something here could either be temporary or, you know, there's something with time, like I said, and then it feels like a cycle, round and round, over and over again. So, let's get a final advice card from this deck, and then I'll see if anything else needs to come through. A little bit of a confusing reading. Deep knowing. Okay, this is relieving to me. This was the only card I felt some relief from. Deep knowing. This tells us that something within you, and it's the calmest place within you, already knows exactly what to do. A lot of you, it is going to be just kind of stepping back and letting go of something, because something needs to work itself out. Some energy stream needs to just like go on its way and release on its own, and you actually don't have to do anything towards that. Obviously follow your intuition with that one, because you'll feel it. You will feel it, okay? And then once that happens, that's when you're in the clear for something so much easier to happen. Something is coming towards you outside of this week, I would say, so a little, you know, bit outside of the scope of this reading today, that when it does start up, it's going to feel like the biggest relief of your life, because you're going to not have to try so hard. This energy here was so frustrating. It felt like I was banging my head against the wall. It's like just too much. But when you let go of that and it just like serves its purpose, or it clears, the next thing will just feel like relief. And you're like, wow, I can have this positive energy, and it feels nice and effortless, and it just feels right. Okay? So a lot of you are going to have to take a break. It says here, time for a nap, you know, just take that break, let things rest, let it fall, okay? And then you'll see what I mean, okay? Again, you have to really use your intuition there, because like you'll feel what you have to do. Remember, you have that deep knowing, okay? Final messages for anything else that they have to deal with in their outer world this week for group 4. Thank you. Hanged Man, confirmation there that you just have to surrender, let go, and trust the deeper knowing. Final advice. Final advice is you may have to pay attention to what your guides in the universe and the divine and your higher ups, your higher self, you may have to pay more close attention this week to this, because they will be trying to extend something to you. However, it's really not going to be obvious. You're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to hear it. It's not going to smack you in the face as a sign. It's going to be a feeling. It's going to be a subtle feeling. So here's what you can try. Firstly, you can try to sit and breathe and meditate without distractions for a second, and ponder on and think of the situation, or think of the thing you're dealing with, even mentally, and really take some deep breaths and release everything, and try to tune into your subtle energy place of like maybe your intuition, maybe your heart chakra for some of you, whatever it might be, you'll be able to feel it only then. It's extremely subtle, but it will come to you. But you're going to have to let it, meaning you cannot force this. You can't think about it. You can't think at it. You just have to receive it. And then your guides are going to be like, oh, wow, finally, we have an opening. Here it is. And they'll give it to you. Because they've been having some trouble kind of reaching you in that way, I think, is what they said there, okay? Oh, boy. So yeah, that's all I have for you. I just wanted to grab one more oracle card. Oh my goodness, regeneration. Okay, I'm so happy to see this. And it's funny, I said happy and I saw happy, happy at the bottom here. So this is going to be huge for you guys. You're on the way towards a regeneration. So that's why you had to deal with all this like nonsense here. But you're on your way towards this regeneration, this rebirth, just a whole wave of new energy, like a whole tsunami of new energy there. Okay, so hang tight. This is coming through. Give yourself the space. If you do want an additional pick a card to kind of answer a little bit more questions, I do have plenty, and most of them are timeless. You don't really need to do that though, honestly. You just need to let this come through. Okay, there we go. So group 4, that's what I have for you. I do hope that this was helpful. You can let me know below. Yeah, if you guys want a personal reading instead of this general one, the info for that is below as well. But thank you so very much. Good luck with everything, okay? Sending you blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.